From the time the sun rises in one part of the world until it rises again on the other side, there are people of action around the world, doing good, changing lives, giving hope. The sun never sets in Rotary. Service is bigger than ourselves. The sun never sets in Rotary. Thanks to you, we are Rotary, we are one. All these people who give are Rotarians, who engage with the youth, work with them. They serve those most in need, heal the sick, promote peace, end polio and save lives. The sun never sets in Rotary. Service is bigger than ourselves. The sun never sets in Rotary. Thanks to you, we are Rotary, we are one. Thanks to you, we are Rotary, we are one.
Greetings. This is Gordon McInally, your Rotary International President speaking. On this Rotary's birthday, the 23rd of February, today we are 119 years old. And in all of those 119 years, the sun really has never set on Rotary. And that is why it is so important that we take today, this 24-hour period, and have the sun never sets in Rotary celebrations. I think it's a wonderful way to recognise that every day, all over the world, Rotarians and Rotaractors, members of the family of Rotary, are working to make the world a better place, are working to create hope in the world. And I want to thank everybody who is on this call today for all the service that they have given to Rotary, all the service that they are giving to Rotary, and all the service that they will give to Rotary. There is no doubt, absolutely no doubt whatsoever, that as we sit here on the 23rd of February 2024, Rotary is needed in our world more than it has probably been needed ever before. This is a very disunited world, but a united movement, a united organisation, a united family like Rotary can make a difference in the world and can help create a more peaceful world. So enjoy the day and thank you for all that you are doing. I look forward to seeing many of you at the Singapore Convention from May the 25th to May the 29th later this year. It's going to be a great way to continue sharing the hope that Rotary brings to the world. Thank you very much. Have a great time.
Hello, I'm Sharmila, the founder and chair for the Rotary Action Group, Menstrual Health and Hygiene. I belong to the Rotary Club of Tower Hamlets, District 1130 in London. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Dr. Emily, President of Rotary Club of Aladima and the Country Coordinator for the Rotary Action Group, Menstrual Health and Hygiene in Nigeria, District 9142. I would also like to extend my gratitude to the organizers of this wonderful program, Sun Never Sets in Rotary. I hope you will enjoy our program and take something away today. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the slot of the Rotary Action Group Menstrual Health and Hygiene. Break the silence. Let me introduce to you our board. Our chair is Ms. Sharmila Nagarajan from Rotary Club Tower Hamlets, London. Our Vice Chair is Mrs. Vidya Sirisvazan from Rotary Club Madras Temple City, India. Our Secretary, Denise Glishan, Rotary Club Ibiza, Spain. Our Treasurer, Inés Verónica García Murúa from Rotary Club San Telmo Constitución, Argentina. Our Medical Director, Dr. Meenakshi Bhatt from Rotary Club Bangalore West, India. Our cadre from the Rotary Foundation of Technical Advisors is Dr. Linda Gebser from Rotary Club Bonn International, Germany.
Our tagline, Break the Silence. Our main objectives of the Rotary Action Group for menstrual health and hygiene are to give dignity to women and young girls, enable them to live a self-determined life, have access to basic education and economic self-maintenance, reduce menstrual waste and contribute to the environmental protection, create awareness on sanitary products that are available, encourage the use of reusable sanitary napkins or menstrual cup where suitable and available, educate young boys, teenagers and men on period and period poverty, break the taboo and the stigma attached to periods. We cover all 7 areas of focus in Rotary: basic education and literacy, maternal and child health, peace and conflict prevention resolution, water and sanitation, support the environment, community and economic development, disease prevention and treatment. So what is period poverty? Everybody must be thinking about it. Period poverty is defined as lack of access to menstrual products, hygiene facilities, waste management, and basic education. 1 in 10 girls in Africa miss school because they do not have access to menstrual products, or because there aren't safe private toilets to use at school. In Kenya alone, approximately 50% of school-age girls do not have access to menstrual products. And in India, approximately 12% of its 355 million menstruating women cannot afford menstrual products. These are just a few examples that we have given here, and there are many countries who have difficulties in accessing products and toilet facilities. Now let's talk about the types of period poverty: access related, affordability related, fear of embarrassment, culturally related, alienation period exile, environmentally, lack of supplies and sanitary facilities, loneliness, a culmination of 2 or more, all the other forms of lack of access, affordability, fear of embarrassment. This is a classic example of a flow. Lack of access to period products leads to school absenteeism. Because they've missed out on school, they get poor grades, or they drop out because they are disinterested in school. They don't get good jobs, so it's low-level jobs that they get, and there's low level or low status of women in the society. So it's a circle that we go through because they don't have access to period products. And this is something we all should be aware of and need to be creating the awareness. Period poverty is a global reality. On any given day, more than 300 million women worldwide are menstruating. In total, an estimated 500 million lack access to menstrual products and adequate facilities for menstrual hygiene management. Only 50% of women use single-use disposable sanitary products, but amounts to billions of disposable menstrual products used annually, producing anonymous menstrual waste. 150 billion pads a day in landfill. Imagine the amount of waste that we have. Most menstrual pads are made from 90% plastic. Plastic products can take up to 1,000 years to decompose in landfills or in the ocean. Menstrual waste is 6% of plastic found in our oceans. So think before we throw actually any kind of plastic, be it just sanitary pads. And this picture here speaks for itself. Let's think before we throw plastic and how it affects the environment. Let's stop polluting it. It is our world, our environment. Now let us look at the cost-effective solutions that are available. We have reusable sanitary napkins, which last up to 5 years. We have biodegradable sanitary napkins and menstrual cup that can be used up to 7 to 10 years. And the approach to breaking the silence is creating girl-friendly sanitary facilities, that's access to toilets, improving access to sanitary products, increasing the knowledge and skills, and enabling a supportive environment. Menstrual health, sustainability, and conscious consumerism. A pivotal holistic approach to menstrual health and hygiene. Quality and sustainable menstrual materials, training in how to use and dispose them, address harmful social, cultural, and religious norms related to menstruation, reliable supply to provide sustainable products, menstrual hygiene and health promotion and education about different hygiene products including reusables, address harmful social, cultural, and religious norms related to menstruation, open up for public-private participation, reduce price of menstrual products, improve access to menstrual products, break stigmas and myths, enforce female-friendly facilities, safe and private toilet and bath facilities with proper latching doors, brightly lit, etc., convenient and viable options for safe disposal of menstrual waste. The impact of disposable period products. There's the hygiene risk, the environmental risk, and the health risk. Single-use pads and tampons. We can see there are many disadvantages of using these products. And one of the main ones is also toxic shock syndrome, and that leads to death. Obviously, there are other associated factors. There's leaks, the dryness of vaginal mucosa, chafing, contact dermatitis. I'm not going to read through the whole list, but we can see for ourselves the disadvantages of using single-use pads and tampons. Health-wise, rashes and itches to cancer. Studies shows that up to 1/3 of women who complain of vaginal itchiness and rashes, soreness and or discharge may be experiencing the symptoms of vulvar dermatitis or intimate irritation due to sanitary pads. Tampons can lead to toxic shock syndrome and multiple infection. Poor hygiene combined with chemical ingredients can lead to infertility and cancer. And this is the classic example of toxic shock syndrome and some of the symptoms associated with it. That's headache, fever, confusion, sore throat, sunburn-like rashes, vomiting, lethargy. The sustainable alternatives are reusable sanitary pads or menstrual cups. Now let's talk about cloth pads. Cloth pads includes healthy, cost-effective and creates minimal garbage. Nearly 100% compostable, shelf life of 2 to 3 years, depending on how we use them. Very different from the traditional cloth pads used down the ages. Has a leak-proof layer that keeps the underwear dry, prevents staining of clothes.
A set of 5 pads lasts over 2 to 3 years, produces very little rash as compared to single-use disposable pads. Saving 15 single-use pads month times 3, 30 months equals to 450. Creates local employment, self-help groups can stitch and earn money as a living. Now let's look at menstrual cups. Cups, healthy, cost-effective, and a big advantage to users. Easy to move from tampon to cup. Insertion and removal can be learned in 2 to 3 cycles. A cup can be washed and reused up to 10 years. Made of medical grade silicone, it produces very little trash as compared to single-use disposable pads. The menstrual cup is much smaller than the size of a baby's head at childbirth. Here we have a comparative health analysis on disposable products, reusable cloths, and menstrual cup. As we can see, some of the issues that we can overcome are rashes, foul odor, itching, contact dermatitis, toxic shock syndrome, urinary tract infection, dryness of vaginal mucosa. That's if we switch to using reusable cloth pads or menstrual cups. And here we have the disposable analysis of sanitary pads, coat pads, and menstrual cup. Obviously, there's the quantity of waste produced over 10 years, method of disposable, and the frequency. Water usage for cleaning, and the total number used in a woman's menstrual life. It's quite astonishing numbers here. I'm not going to go through them, but we can have a look at it ourselves here on the screen. What can you do? Start using these sustainable products yourself. Convert those around us. Think of projects through sustainable menstruation lens. Do not encourage the use of incinerators or distribution of disposable pads as part of a project. Join hands with local clubs across the globe to make these projects happen. As Rotarians, we can make this happen. What would you choose? Disposable pads, reusable cloth pads, or menstrual cup? And which would you suggest to your family and friends? Our role as Rotarians, is it the truth? Yes, it is. Is it fair to all concerned? Yes, it benefits the women of the world. It is hugely economical, and most importantly, it saves the environment from further degradation. Will it build goodwill and better friendship? Yes, the women who will receive these products will be forever grateful to the donor for this wonderful gift. Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Of course it will be beneficial to all concerned. With 50% of the world population being women, 1.9 billion menstruating women will forever be thankful for making their lives so much more comfortable during the stressful time of menstruation. This leads to a huge savings of money, and more than anything else, for not creating any more trash that has so many harmful ramifications for the whole world. Also, if women are happier during their periods, then the world will be a more peaceful place. Menstrual cup is cash-free or less cash, rash-free, and trash-free. The shift to sustainable menstruation starts with us, making a huge impact on women's health, economy, and environment. Total independence from period problems, reducing 90% of expenditure on menstrual care products, avoiding 95% of sanitary waste. Last year, our RAG member, Rotarian Veronica, had organized a RILA in Mexico. She's a very active member in Mexico, running a lot of programs, creating awareness on menstrual health and hygiene. Here we have our Rotary Action Group Treasurer Ines, who is based in Argentina, who's doing a lot of work working with the prison staff with distribution of menstrual cups, working in schools, creating awareness on menstrual health and hygiene, and distribution of menstrual pads and cups. Here we have our coordinator for Nigeria, Dr. Emily, who is also currently her club president, who is doing a lot of projects in her region with regards to menstrual health. There's a program here you can see, which is a RILA. This is a project here, distribution of reusable napkins to the schoolgirls and creating the awareness on the health and hygiene issues related to period poverty. There's another project here, women being shown how to stitch the reusable napkins. This is a workshop that was held. Here, women actively involved in stitching of the reusable napkins.
Welcome to our interview with our regional director from Rotary Action Group, Menstrual Health and Hygiene, Adama Mohammed. She's our regional director for the northern part of Nigeria. Adama, you're a member of Rotary Club Abuja Maitama. I hope I pronounced this correctly.
Yes, that's correct.
And you're the district's chair of Girls Empowerment in District 9125. Thank you for taking the time. We would like to talk about menstrual health specifically in your country, because I think your country is a very interesting example how to deal with this sensitive topic of menstrual health. What would you like to tell us?
Thank you so much, our indefatigable secretary, very fantastic Rotarian for excellence.
Thank you.
I thank you for giving me this opportunity. Like I said in several of our meetings, currently I'm the district chair for the Girls Empowerment of the District 9125. As noted, about the menstrual health, and I'm going to talk from my own perspective as a Muslim woman from the northern part of Nigeria. That is very key because in Nigeria we have several parts and we are uniquely cut out from the other part of Nigeria. This is because largely our life is our religion. So anything and everything we do, we approach from that perspective. We are a very shy, very meek people. So we rarely discuss these things with other people. Yeah, these are things we do within ourselves, within our own loved ones. We rarely take it out there. Though we have a lot of educated women, but yet we are most constrained with our exposure. We like to be in our closet. So talking about menstrual health and hygiene, we are very good in our hygiene. Mostly, we take good care of ourselves, even though our people are very poor, but we are very, very, mostly hygienic. So from my perspective, from the northern part of Nigeria, our perspective rather, and like I said, this is mostly private for us. So with this, with coming into Rotary, and especially this action group, and in the last couple of years, our women have tried to engage our girl child, our women, some of our women, the most educated ones, most exposed ones, are now coming out to talk about these things that are like a taboo. You know, it's like it's forbidden to talk about it openly. But now we have gotten around it. having people like us engage in these actions, we can talk to our people. So, like I said, mostly we are hygienic because anything and everything we do, we have to clean ourselves with water. Anytime we go to the convenience, we must clean with the water because we're Muslims, you know. So, though due to poverty and the poverty level, the illiteracy level, or culture, most of us use the homemade sanitary towels, which is the clothing, with the clothing. And then gradually we have the always pad, we have the always sanitary pad on sale, and most of our guests use that. And when we come to talk about this new initiative in the menstrual cycle, I mean the cup, using the cup.
Mm-hmm. I'll
Uh,
show the cup to our listeners.
yeah.
This is the cup.
For some of us, we cringe because we felt it's too private. That's going too private. So when we try to talk to our girls, our people with this stuff, you find us cringing. So they rather use the pads, the sanitary towels, like the always, instead
Mm-hmm.
of the cup. Instead of the cup.
I
Some of us,
understand.
some of us from the education we've gained from this group, we are trying to make them understand that this is more advanced and better. But the demonstration, no.
I understand. Maybe we can interrupt for a second because I think many people don't know what a menstruation cup is. So maybe we can very quickly explain what it is because it's let's say a more modern sanitary article. When we see the female reproduction tract, which is the uterus with the ovaries, the cup is introduced into the body like a tampon, and the cup collects the blood inside the body, and it's torn out, it's cleaned and cleaned with water, and then it's reintroduced. So it is a reusable product, and it is a product that can be used for up to 10 years. So on the long term, it is a very cheap or economic investment. But it's true, it is a product that is introduced into the body. And I understand this is a very private part that you just mentioned, right?
Correct.
Because on the other hand, we have these washable cotton clothes that can be stitched in any community. It's very easy to do that. They have a cotton inlay and they have a liquid proof outlay, and they can be washed, hang in the sun, and then just be reused. So every girl or every woman could have a set of, I don't know, 5, 6 of them and continually use them, which is also an economic option. They can be used up to 3 years. So this would be the option that your community would rather prefer.
Yes, correct. Very correct. We'd always use the clothing, the reusable clothing part. We've always used that.
And it doesn't matter if we are talking about young girls or married women?
Oh, no, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Yeah, but gradually, like I said, the more exposed ones among us are trying to use the other one.
All right.
Yeah, but predominantly, my people use the clothing and the sanitary towels on the market. This reusable one, yeah, we've gone on demonstrative projects. We've gone, and so many are using that, like I said, from time before now. It was the clothing ordinarily, but now you have this, you can stitch. We have so many tailors do that now. You can stitch this very advanced one, very good and reusable ones. So that's predominantly what we do right now in my place.
All right. We have to say, this is what you're saying refers to the northern part of Nigeria because it's a Muslim community, right?
Correct. Mostly,
And
yeah.
in the south of Nigeria, there are less Muslim people living.
Yeah, and highly exposed, and they don't have a problem with using this.
Okay,
yeah.
so we're really I mean, and Nigeria is a very big country, but so within the country, we have a very different cultural and religious background that encourages us to address the menstrual health in a very sensitive, different way, depending where we plan our projects.
Correct.
All right. I have seen this is another model of a reusable pad, which is much simpler than the one that I just showed you. I think this has an advantage, and I would like to know your opinion on this. This is removable. So different from the other one that I just showed, which is one pad, which unites the cotton part and the liquid proof part. This is separate. So this can be reused in every single use because it can just be cleaned with a humid towel. And this one is just a rectangular cloth pad or a rectangular cotton cloth that can be washed and hang in the sun. This one looks like any cloth. It could be a cleaning cloth. So do you think that this model with a rectangular cloth, because you mentioned that it's a question about being discreet with your menstruation. So we have to think of rural areas where girls have to hang their private clothes in the sun to dry.
Correct.
So if we dry this in the sun, it could be any cloth. If we dry this in the sun, everybody knows what it is.
Beautiful. That's correct. You are very right. The last one, it's more like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, it's much easier to stitch. Also, it's you just need one of these, and then the rest you just do rectangular cotton cloths, which is very easy to stitch.
Correct. And that's the outer one. The outer one is the synthetic, what do I call the material? The material, yeah. So it's going to last longer time.
It does. Yes. It must be any kind of waterproof, liquid-proof material.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the inlay must be cotton always, no matter what kind of model we use. It should never be a mixed fiber because the mixed fiber is reacting together with the blood and it can create rushes. So we have to be very, very careful when we choose the material and the fabric. I have another question for you, Adama. Because we see this is just white, but for example, this one is in a fancy color and pattern. And I have seen different initiatives that choose these funny, fancy fabrics because they want to make it, to give it a positive connotation. They want to give girls the feeling that this is something nice. They just choose their favorite pattern that morning. Is there anything we should keep in mind with regards to colors and or patterns that should not be used?
I don't think necessarily so. Like you just elucidated, the colors, the patterns reflects what the woman is. Woman is a colorful being. She is highly flamboyant. However poor she is, she prefers to see the colors. So the patterned one is more acceptable to every woman, whether the child, the girl, or the older woman. I think it's fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like a pint. You don't need to tell if it's for whatever. It looks like a pint already. And the woman pant is patterned that way mostly.
Fantastic. So we should encourage everybody to use beautiful colors because, as you say, women like colors, and
Yeah, I do.
nice what you said. I have another question, because we usually encourage everybody to do counseling and education on menstrual health together with boys and girls, because we think it is very important that boys and men learn about menstruation and understand what's happening with their sisters, mothers, daughters, because we all know there are days that we don't really feel very well when we are menstruating. So we may feel low, we may have pain in our back or in our belly. So it's important that the other family members who are not menstruating know what's happening. I understand it's difficult to talk with women about menstruation in Nigeria or in the northern part of Nigeria. What do you think can we do to involve boys?
That's cool. You know why? We don't have that problem, even though we don't come out and say, oh, we are menstruating, oh, we are doing this. Thank God. My religion teaches the man, the boy, the girl, the woman, the child. Everything is written and everything is said, but very mildly. It is written in our holy book that the woman menstruates. And when the woman menstruates, the man, take for instance, the married woman, the husband don't come to her. You don't need to go and sleep with the woman when she's menstruating. So he knows she's menstruating and he takes like very special care of her, because obviously we know menstruation, aside from being hygienically um, unpleasant, the health of the woman comes into. Sometimes some have the cramps, so if it's her brother, he knows she's menstruating, he can take care of her. If it's the husband, he knows she has the problem, he can take care of her. But in a very, very private way. That's where our life is, the way our life is cut out. In a very private way. Yeah. So we do all this. Like I said, it is written in our books. We teach it to our kids. Yeah. But we don't come out and then sing it out loud. Oh, menstruation. Like, some other
Menstruation
girls,
is private.
yeah, thank you. Some other parts of my country, maybe some girl is menstruating, she can come on air. Oh my God, I'm having menstruation. No, 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 no. The girl from the northern part of Nigeria would never ever say that. Not even to her mother. She will only have to understand from the way she behaves, and then she can ask her gently, or he can ask her, and she will reveal to you, yes, I'm menstruating. Because because she does not pray. When a woman is menstruating from my place, you do not pray. You do not touch the holy books. So automatically, everyone will know without really mouthing it out. Yeah.
I understand. I like what you're saying, because I think it shows a little bit the different aspects of menstruation. It shows that on one hand, it is a very private topic and it is a very personal topic. And it's also a topic that is under a certain taboo, smaller or bigger, depending what culture we are talking about. But it shows also that it is important to talk about it, because women need advice. They need to know that they can talk to someone in case they lack knowledge. And I think many women in the world lack knowledge about that, because we never talked about that. So in our group, we chose the slogan to break the silence. And but there are many ways to do that. It does not mean we have to shout out. We can talk about this in a very protected room. And I very much like how you explained that, because I think it makes us aware that we have to be sensitive with the cultural and religious background of every woman in the world.
Correct. You captured it perfectly.
And I think more than breaking the taboo, what we want is that every girl and woman is feeling comfortable with her period.
Yeah.
And this can be by using the pads, it can be by using the cups, but probably more than anything else, it's because she knows what's happening in her body, and she understands that this is the most natural process in the world. And it's very nice to learn about your culture, Adama. I learned a lot today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was
so
interesting, exciting to talk to you every time.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And I encourage all our listeners to reach out to our group, our Rotary Action Group for Menstrual Health and Hygiene. You find us on internet on www.ragmhh.org. And anytime you would like to carry out a project wherever in the world, you just reach out to us, because we have more brilliant people like Adama in our group who represent their countries and their religion and their culture. So wherever you would like to go, we can help you addressing the very special needs of that community. So please don't hesitate. And thank you for sharing your time with us.
Please come in May. I'm going to be doing that in a very, very large scale in the northern part of Nigeria, Kano to be precise, where the district governor comes from. So I'm going to hold a project there. It's going to be large, inshallah.
Perfect.
Yes, thank you so much.
Sure it is. That's great. Adama, thank you so much for your time.
We were invited to the WASH pre-convention event, the 15th World Water Summit on Friday the 26th of May at the Rendezvous Hotel in Melbourne. The WASH Rotary Action Group links water and sanitation with improved hygiene, community health and empowerment, especially for women. Our directors, Sharmila Nagarajan and Ines Garcia Murua, participated as panelists.
For the second consecutive year, we actively participated in the Rotary International Convention. We had a booth in the House of Friendship, permanently manned by members of the Action Group, provided information to all those who approached and raised an awareness of the issues of menstrual poverty. A lot of visitors, outstanding Rotarians leaders, and countless new friends.
Hi everyone, I'm so happy that President after President is carrying on the theme of empowerment of girls. It is so very important, and there is so much that can be done. Definitely menstrual hygiene management is one of the most important ones. I am at this booth and I ask each and every one of you to participate in this program. All the best. Thank you.
We also held a breakout session with our President Sharmila Nagarajan as panelist, and Vidya Srivasan and Edgardo Murua, and a large number of people attended and were interested in our topics.
And let's think before we throw plastic and how it affects the environment. So let's think before we throw. Let's try to be more sustainable in the products that we use ourselves on a day-to-day basis. And the cost-effective solution is using reusable sanitary napkins, biodegradable sanitary napkins, and menstrual cup.
So all these chemicals are leaching into the ground, and they are really messing us up in terms of the environment. And in some countries, in some, not in all, they go into an incinerator. Otherwise, in less developed countries, you have the pickup from your doorstep or workplace by the housekeeping staff. It's segregated by waste pickers. and drain cleaners, because many cases it gets thrown down the chute through pads. We did have accidents. Yes, this will look like a bloody crime scene when you start using it, but over a period of time you will get comfortable, and then you'll have to keep alerts in your phone to remind you to move it and change it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
This is an excellent, friendly and alternative product when it comes to young girls and in situations. Actions have also been developed in alliance with other organizations such as Day for Girl in Ethiopia. In Germany, all Rotary clubs joined hands to carry out the federal social campaign Menstruation to raise awareness, promote equal opportunities, and increase educational opportunity. Now, the $1,000,000 question. Why a man doing this presentation? The answer is very simple. Because it is necessary.
When someone first joins Rotary to discover all the amazing things which can be done, it can seem a daunting job to decide what to do first. That's where Rotary Action Groups can help you and your club. One of those action groups is the Rotary Action Group for Menstrual Health and Hygiene, which focuses on specific global issues. Its primary purpose is to address challenges related to menstrual health and hygiene, especially in underserved communities. Period poverty is a global issue that needs to be addressed. Our tagline is "Break the Silence." Rotary Action Groups typically consist of Rotarians and professionals who collaborate on specific projects, share knowledge, and work towards sustainable solutions in their respective areas of focus. Rotary Action Group Menstrual Health and Hygiene engages in activities like advocacy and awareness, education, infrastructure development, distribution of menstrual products, collaboration and networking, research and innovation, global impact. Keep in mind that the specific activities and initiatives can vary. RAGMHH Menstrual Health and Hygiene has been conducting the trainers sessions and awareness programs for its members. Menstrual products have also been distributed to needed areas, with Asia and the African region being key focus areas. RAGMHH Menstrual Health and Hygiene is asking people to think global and act local.
A Rotary project can involve a lot of logistics, many steps, and much coordination. Managing all the stages can seem like you're navigating a maze. But Rotary has a free resource to help improve the quality of your project and guide you through any twists and turns. The Rotary Cadre of Technical Advisors. The Cadre is a network of Rotary members from around the world who have professional experience and technical expertise in Rotary's 7 areas of focus, as well as a team of financial auditors. The Cadre can help you create more sustainable projects that fulfill the Rotary vision of transforming communities, improving lives, and creating lasting change. They will help you and your club conduct a community assessment, develop a plan for monitoring and evaluation, and share best practices for financial and grant management. Because the cadre is organized into 7 geographic regions, your club will find advisors who understand the local conditions and customs that affect your project. Advisors receive annual training on project evaluations and grant requirements, and they're always ready to help you identify and solve project challenges. There are more than 500 cadre advisors from 75 countries who speak more than 80 languages. Connect with the cadre today at cadre@rotary.org and let them be your guide.
From the time the sun rises in one part of the world until it rises again on the other side, there are people of action around the world, doing good, changing lives, giving hope. The sun never sets in Rotary. Service is bigger than ourselves. The sun never sets in Rotary. Thanks to you, we are Rotary, we are one. All these people who give are Rotarians, who engage with the youth, work with them. They serve those most in need, heal the sick, promote peace, end polio and save lives. The sun never sets in Rotary. Service is bigger than ourselves. The sun never sets in Rotary. Thanks to you, we are Rotary.